in fact will be playing Aston Villa tomorrow. Now, a little update on Manchester United is that, like I did tell you the previous show as well, Christian Eriksen and Lisandro Martinez is a done deal. These deals are yet to be announced officially with an announcement video, you could say, by Manchester United. Medicals are still pending due to a few issues with the visa, but both these players are definitely United players, and the deal seems to be very much done. Now, United have had a good preseason so far, where we did win 4-1 against Liverpool, if I'm not wrong. Somewhere around that was the score, and we also did manage to win against Melbourne Victory, which was also a healthy scoreline. And United will be taking on Aston Villa. I think out of all the preseason friendlies we've had and we will be having, tomorrow's game is going to be the most important game for Manchester United in that preseason. I think this will be the testing game for Manchester United in the preseason against Aston Villa, because Aston Villa look fresh as well. They've got good transfers in. They've got the likes of Babacar Kamara and Diego Carlos. They're also eyeing a few other players, and they've also got plenty of other players coming into their side as well. I think they did get a left back on loan as well. I'm not quite sure who it was, but they've got a few transfers in. Steven Gerrard, so their vision is quite long term, and that is why they did get Steven Gerrard as well. They are backing him, and they look quite a good side, mid-table team in the Premier League, in fact. And I think this game, like I told you, against Aston Villa tomorrow, will be the testing game for United, where we actually see if everything that we've been talking about, this good style of football. I know we've witnessed it all that. I think the ultimate test in a preseason for United would be tomorrow, because we are playing against a Premier League opponent, and it's time for us as fans to see if United have actually improved, if these fitness levels have actually gone a notch higher than where it was. And hopefully both teams at least play a 60-minute game of two in fact a 60-minute game of two good teams, I would say, to starting 11 teams, and then make substitutions, so we could actually witness something like that. It'll be interesting to see what actually does happen tomorrow. So fingers crossed, hopefully we do have a good game. I think this game would be key for United, considering pre-season as well. And moving on, Eric Ten Hag, in fact, did also have his press conference. In fact, it was today, where he did answer a few good questions, and as well there were a few good quotes from him as well. And it was about Ericsson and Martinez. It was also about Harry Maguire, and plenty of other things. So let's start off with the transfer news now. Anthony from Ajax, in fact, is once again linked to Manchester United, and reports turn out to say, now this is from in fact Rob. Wait. So this is from Rob Blanchett. I hope I did pronounce that right. Where he does say that Ajax are ready to sell Anthony to Manchester United, is what Rob has got to say. Now, in Eric Ten Hag's press conference before the Aston Villa game, he did come out and say, now he was asked about Manchester United's signings. I mean, United actually working on more signings. Now, but what Eric Ten Hag did have to say on this is that we need more options. We have to strengthen the squad even more. We are looking around, but we also need the right players. Concerns regarding Ronaldo not back, of course. In fact, the question was if he's actually concerned about Ronaldo not being back, and yes, he did say of course, but concerning may not be the right word, is what Eric Ten Hag did have to say. Interesting there. So the fact that he says concerning is not the right word, it's interesting to see what he actually is hinting out there. Does that mean, yes, Ronaldo is actually looking for a move, and it is very likely to see him move out of from Manchester United? Where is Ronaldo going to land up? Is he going to be Atletico Madrid, or is it going to be Real Madrid once again? Because we did see before Ronaldo did actually move to Manchester United, you did see plenty of rumors saying that Ronaldo is actually moving to City, and that is how United did hijack that deal. So are we going to see something like that again, where he is linked to move to Manchester City, and then he goes on to move to Real Madrid? So it will be interesting to see what actually happens. I'm trying to get you one of these quotes I did get, and this was which was from, in fact, the director of football, or in fact technical director on Anthony. In fact, I've also got a quote on Anthony. Now, this Anthony transfer is quite an interesting Anthony transfer saga, and it has been as long as a Frankie de Jong saga, because since the beginning of the transfer window, in fact, since Erik ten Hag was appointed as manager of Manchester United, that we did know that Manchester United would be looking for a move for Anthony, because we knew how much of a fan Erik ten Hag is of Anthony, how much Anthony appreciates Erik ten Hag, and how much Anthony also does appreciate the Premier League and would love a move to Manchester United. But the problem with that is with this transfer right now is that United were quite slow in their transfers. United were not making any moves early on, whereas we did see the likes of Liverpool, Bayern Munich, Tottenham Hotspur, and other clubs making transfers and finishing them quite fast and making these transfers quite early, while United was sleeping on the window, busy trying to get the Frankie de Jong deal done, which was stalled and stalled and stalled and dragged, and it was after a lot of time is when United decided to move on with other targets and get those deals done, and then to go on with the Frankie de Jong deal. And I think that is one reason why these transfers with Ajax have been so difficult for us, and also another reason why Lisandro Martinez's price tag was so high for Manchester United, because by the time United did reach, in fact, or approach Ajax, plenty of players from Ajax was moved out to other clubs like the Bayern Munich. I think Sebastian Hall also did move to Borussia Dortmund, if I'm not wrong, and you did see Nicolas Tagliafico did move to Olympique Lyon. In fact, the deal was done today. But before that, we did see plenty of players, almost half of their squad, move on to other teams before United approached the likes of Anthony and Lisandro Martinez and even Julian Timber. And the situation with Timber was very unfortunate for United, unfortunately. And I think once again to be blamed there is not Louis van Gaal. It is not Ajax, it is not Julian Timber either. Yes, he could take partial blame on that, but I in fact put that blame on Ajax, in fact Manchester United, because we did approach Ajax quite late, and I think it was fair of Ajax to increase their prices, because at the time United did approach Ajax, half of the team was already lost and they only had a handful of core players or starting players in that team, and they couldn't really afford to lose them. But if the right prices did come, yes, they would have. But those right prices were prices set by Ajax, which was quite high concerning the players. Now, it was the same with Lisandro Martinez, and it seems to be the same with Anthony as well. Now, Anthony is keen to move to the Premier League. Erik ten Hag appreciates Anthony. Anthony, in fact, appreciates Erik ten Hag. He wants to move to the Premier League. He is keen to move to the Premier League, and he just does like a move to Manchester United. But the problem once again is the fact that United have moved and approached Ajax for this transfer quite late, so the price tag set by Ajax is quite high as 85 to maybe even 90 to 95 million, which I think is not quite which I think does not quite make sense. I think a price tag of 80 to 85 million is way too much for Anthony, and in my opinion, like I did say, the price that we also paid for Lisandro Martinez was quite a little too much in my opinion as well. The perfect price tag for him would have been about 40 to 45 million, and I think definitely for a player like Anthony, maybe a 50 to 55, the maximum we could go for him was a 60 million. But the fact that the price tag the asking price by Ajax being 80 to 95 million, I think is a little way too much. I think if this price tag is not lowered by Ajax, I think we have to move on from this deal. We have Sancho on the right, which is a positive. I would love to see Sancho play off on the right more as well. So yes, I would. If the price tag is so high, I'm not really, in my opinion, if I was in charge of this transfer, I personally wouldn't go for this move. I would rather wait until August or maybe even January and then see what the situation is with Anthony X and Manchester United. Now, do send in your opinions on this as well. Plenty of questions you could ask for as well. Send in your opinions, questions, anything you've got Manchester United related on the live chat. Do not hesitate. And if you want, you give us a subscribe, smash a like on the video, and do share this video around as well. So that is my opinion on Anthony. I think he is a terrific player. He's a superb player. One-on-ones, he is so good at it. Dribbling, he's so good at take-ons as well. Decent pace in him as well. So quite a creative player, which is what Manchester United need. Creativity. We always talk about creativity, and adds that depth, and just not just adds depth but adds quality in that depth as well, because we've got the likes of Sancho and then Anthony as well on that right as options, which is good depth and quality depth like we've had in the past. And I think, considering this season, out of if you take Eric Ten Hag's contract, if the contract is for 5 years, I think the season where we need squad depth the most is this season. This season, not just for Manchester United, but for every club out there, be it Premier League, La Liga, Eredivisie, or even the Italian league, Syria, or even the Farmers League. I think, considering every league, this season is going to be a season of squad depth, because it's going to be a very long season with Premier League, or your own league football, be it the La Liga, the Syria, the Premier League, or whatever the league you are in. You've also got your cup games. You've also got, now if you take the Premier League for an example, you've got the Premier League games, you've got FA Cup, you've got Carabao Cup, you've also got European football, which is Champions League, Europa League, or even Conference League. And to be adding to all that, we've got the World Cup coming up, and that is why I'm telling you that squad depth is going to be a huge factor for every team in Europe, not just Europe, but yes, for every team that would be playing, for all the players, in fact, that would be, in fact, for all the players that would be playing in the World Cup who are in teams around Europe. I think squad depth is going to be a huge factor, because you are going to be playing your league games, you are going to be playing your cup games, you're going to have a break, and you're also going to represent your country in the World Cup, and also right after that you are once again coming back to your league, and again you've got your league games, you've got your cup games, you've got European football. So it's going to be a long season for the footballers this time, and that is why I do think squad depth is a huge factor. And that is why I think most teams, you've seen most of the teams this season go for a lot of transfer, about 6 to 7 to 8 transfers, break in there, transfer budgets. You've seen the likes of Bayern Munich go for quite a lot of transfers as well. You've seen Tottenham Hotspur go for 6 transfers. Nottingham Forest, yes, I know they're just promoted, but they've got 12 signings done as well. The likes of Chelsea will start moving as well. I do think in the very near future. I think they are sorting out the defense at the moment, and once that does finish off, I do think the likes of Chelsea also would go for more targets. You've seen the likes of City going for players. They've got the Haalands, they've got the Calvin Phillips, they are going for Marco Cucurella as well, and a few other players they are looking to get as backups as well. You've seen Leeds United make signings as well. You've seen plenty of teams make plenty of transfers, and the reason I think is, in my opinion, like I did tell you, because squad depth is going to be a key factor this season, because you've got your league games, you've got your cup games, you've got European football, and adding to all that, you've also got World Cup games coming up as well. So it's going to be a long season for the football players. They need a lot of rest. They've got to keep themselves fit, and one injury could not just cost your country, but also the team you represent, be it in England, Italy, France, or even Germany, or even Spain. So this season is going to be a long season, and that is why I do think a lot of teams are going for quite a few transfers as well. And I think this season will be defined by that squad depth and also the quality you've got in squad depth. So I think Anthony would be a crucial transfer for Manchester United. Apart from that, adding concerning squad depth, I think United do need a few signings in terms of quality. The likes of Anthony on the right wing, so you could switch with Sancho and Anthony. When we go up to strikers, we have a bit of quality there as well in Anthony and in fact in Anthony Martial and Ronaldo. The future of Ronaldo is still a question mark for Manchester United and Eric Ten Hag as well. I'm not quite sure what is actually going on there. In fact, Eric Ten Hag must be having a clear vision on what Ronaldo's future is. It's just that we fans are a little on a smoke screen there as well. And considering the left flank at Manchester United, we've got the likes of Martial, in fact, Marcus Rashford, we've got Anthony Alanga, who hasn't had the best of seasons. I think midfield, we do have depth in the likes of Eriksen, Bruno Fernandes, Van de Beek, Scott McTominay, Fred, and the likes of Zidane Iqbal coming in, Charlie Savage coming in. But the question mark is quality in depth in that midfield. Do we have the quality? Yes, our starting midfielders, let's just predict that our starting midfielders are going to be Bruno Fernandes, Eriksen, and Van de Beek. The backup options we've got are Fred, McTominay, Zidane Iqbal, Charlie Savage, or yes, Charlie Savage, and a few other youngsters from the academy. Yes, we've got depth there, but have we got quality? No, because if you take the likes of Manchester City, you've got Kevin De Bruyne, Bernardo Silva, Ilkay Gundogan, you've got the likes of Calvin Phillips, you've got Rodri, you've got Phil Foden. You take that quality in depth and you take United's quality in depth, it's just decades, in fact it's light years beyond Manchester United, the quality in the quality in depth in Manchester City. So that is what I am talking about, and that is why I do think United need to go for players like Anthony, the likes of Anthony, the Lisandro Martinez. You should have gone for the Timbers, maybe Denzel Dumfries as well on the right wing back. Not quite sure what would happen there. United are being linked to Dumfries, and Inter Milan are looking to sell players because of the financial situation they are in. So we need to add depth to our squad, and at the same time we have to add quality. The depth we add to the squad needs to be of good quality, because when you look at the likes of Liverpool, you look at Liverpool's left back Andy Robertson, got an equal, I wouldn't say equally good, but somewhat as good as Robertson in Konstantinos Tsimikas. You look at their defense, they've got the likes of Van Dijk, they've got the likes of Matip, Ibrahim Konate, and they've got a few other defenders there as well. And up front, they've got Luis Diaz, Diogo Jota, Mohamed Salah, and they've also got Darwin Nunez, they've got Firmino. They've got options there. You look at the quality in depth once again. They've got the likes of Fabinho, Naby Keita, Chamberlain, Milner, Alcantara. They've got depth, they've got quality in depth, and that is what Manchester United are lacking. In fact, even you even look at the defense at Manchester United. You've got, let's just say that the starting left back is Malacia. You've got Shaw and Malacia. Do you have the quality as Marc Cucurella and Joao Cancelo? Have you got the quality as Constantino Tsimikas and Andy Robertson? No. You look at the defense. You've got the likes of Varane and Martinez, who are superb defenders, you could say. But you look at the backup options, you've got a Fridge, you've got Victor Lindelof, you've got a very fragile Eric Bailey. So United have the depth, but it's just that we lack that quality in depth, and that is what worries me. That is what worries me concerning Manchester United this season. So moving on from Anthony, so that is my opinion on Anthony. For you, do share in your opinions on the live chat as well. We move on to Denzel Dumfries. Now, Denzel Dumfries is linked to Manchester United as a right back. Now, this transfer is a transfer I would love Manchester United to get through as well, because definitely United were also linked with Ashraf Hakimi, who I would pick over Denzel Dumfries, because we know that Sancho is going to play off the right, and he has played with Ashraf Hakimi at Dortmund, and that chemistry they shared on the right flank is quite good, and which would help United quite a lot as well. And considering offensive capabilities or abilities, I think Ashraf Hakimi is up there among the likes of Cancelo, among the likes of Cancelo, the Kyle Walkers, the Trent Alexander-Arnold, Robertsons. But defensively there are a few worries, but I definitely would take Ashraf Hakimi over Denzel Dumfries to Manchester United. But PSG aren't looking to sell Ashraf Hakimi, so that price tag is going to be quite high, at least around 80 million, and that is why I would go for the option Inter Milan went as an option after selling Eric Ashraf Hakim, and that is Denzel Dumfries, who I think is a solid right back as well. This defensively is quite decent as well, and yes, offensively is definitely better than the backup. In fact, not just backup, better than the options United have as well. So, and that is why I would actually go for Denzel Dumfries. Now, like I did tell you, now United are also looking at a few other players. They are looking at a few strikers as well. Fabrizio Romano did come out and say that United are actually looking for a striker in the market, a potential replacement for Cristiano Ronaldo if he does leave, because the situation with Cristiano Ronaldo is still not clear with Manchester United. Is he looking to leave? Is he looking to stay? Now, in my opinion, I'm not really a fan of the situation between Cristiano Ronaldo and Manchester United at the moment. I need the air to be cleared. If I was the manager, I would demand Ronaldo to clear the air, because if you are going to stay, you've got to stay. You've got to represent yourself at Manchester United for the preseason and earn your place. You may be Cristiano Ronaldo, you may be Diego Maradona, with all the respect to him, a great footballer. You may be Leo Messi, but if you are to get a starting place, no matter what sort of a profile you have, each and every player in their squad has to have an equal chance. You've got to play your preseason games and you've got to prove yourself. As much as I do respect Cristiano Ronaldo, as much as he helped Manchester United, I really don't like the situation he has put Manchester United in right now, because we need to find our options, because the likes of West Ham are going for Scamacca. They are also looking to get Amanda Broha. So the options United have are very, very little, because the likes of Lewandowski have moved to Barcelona. The market for strikers is very scarce. In fact, the is under scarcity in my opinion, because we don't have the strikers there. Because Osimhen, in fact, at Napoli would be an option I would love to have at United, but that price tag is once again just too high for United to afford. At least about 80 million. That is what is concerning me. So yes, if I was the manager, I would in fact demand Cristiano Ronaldo to clear the air for us, because if you are leaving, do say us that you are leaving so we could prepare for the season without you. And if you are still, do turn up for the pre-season and start getting that game time you need, because we need to prepare the team, the style of play we are going to play in the season with you, if you are going to represent Manchester United. And if you are not going to actually play for United, we have to look for options, and the market for strikers is quite bad at this time. So you've got to clear the air for us, is what I would demand Cristiano Ronaldo. So moving on from Ronaldo, that is the situation with Ronaldo. United are still not aware of what Ronaldo's decision would be. Is he going to stay at United? Is he good? Is he not? We're not quite sure of that. And yes, the final news of the night is Frankie de Jong to Manchester United. I think we all know, just in fact not final, we've got one more play to cover up as well. Now the situation with Frankie de Jong, in my opinion, is really boring, because he did move with Barcelona on their tour as well. So as of now, what the sources have to say is that Barcelona are ready to sell the player, and at any time the player gives the green light, 75 million plus 10 million add-ons is ready to be given by Manchester United to Barcelona for Frankie de Jong. All that matters at the moment is the green light from Frankie de Jong to move away from Barcelona, which is very unlikely because Frankie de Jong's dream club has been Barcelona. Yes, Barcelona are having financial issues, but if they do manage to get their third lever out, I think there is potential for Frankie de Jong to stay at Barcelona, but he has to take a pay cut on his wages for that, which he is not willing to do. So it will be interesting to see what actually happens with that transfer. But if you ask me, would de Jong move to Manchester United? I think yes. I don't know when, but by the end of this transfer window, I would say that Frankie de Jong would be a United player. And the final player we would be covering up today, we're going to keep the show short and sweet as well. Nothing much considering United. Considering United's transfer is being quite quiet in the transfer window this time. Yes, I know we've got the likes of Martinez and Eriksen and Malacia, but apart from that, United have been quite quiet. and more focus is on the preseason games for United and how we've been performing, the improvements in fitness, and also the style of play, the pressing, and all of that, rather than the transfers. And the final player for today is Memphis Depay. Now, Memphis Depay has been, I wouldn't say linked to Manchester United, but most of the fans at Manchester United, in fact, Manchester United fans, do like the idea of seeing Memphis Depay moving back to Manchester United because Barcelona are open to sell him. Xavi has Memphis Depay in his plans, but if an attractive offer does come Barcelona's way for Memphis Depay, Barcelona is ready to let him go. Now, I've seen that most Manchester United fans are huge fans of Memphis Depay and are willing to take Depay back to Manchester United, but now, this is my opinion. Football is about opinion, and I'm sharing my opinion to you. In my opinion, I wouldn't take Memphis Depay to United. It's not just because I am not the biggest fans of Memphis Depay, because I'm actually worried because he hasn't had the best of seasons in Barcelona, in my opinion. He did have a good season at Lyon, but he did come to the Premier League. He did come to Manchester United itself and did fail, was a flop at United. So would I take that risk in bringing him back when he has not been looking very promising? I would say that is a huge risk as well, and that is why I personally wouldn't go for Memphis Depay. Now, do send in your opinions on that as well. And another reason is also because he is, in fact, 28 years of age. I would rather go for someone really young on a long term vision, because we've got Martial on there as well. We've got Ronaldo. Hopefully, if he's staying, and if he does move on from United, would I rather go to Depay? If United really don't have the options, maybe a short-term deal, but I do prefer a long-term deal with a much more younger player than going for someone like Memphis Depay. Now, do send in your opinions on the live chat, anything related to Manchester United. Do send in your suggestions on the comment section if you are not watching it live, and any questions, anything you've got related to Manchester United, do send it on the live chat or the comment section. That's pretty much it considering tonight's show, guys. I hope you have enjoyed it. Not the most attractive of France news considering Manchester United just being quite quiet. It has been the same players we have been linked to, and these links and transfer moves have been dragged, and which is quite disappointing considering Manchester United. We hope to see change. We hope to see deals done more faster and deals signed and done much more earlier than where we are right now with those transfers. So unfortunately, it's the same yet, and hopefully we do see change like we always do. But until then, and until I see you on Sunday at 10 p.m. for the next show, ladies and gentlemen, have a blessed weekend and a very good night. And yes, one last time, if I do go, do give us a subscribe if you want to. Smash a like on the video. Do share this video with your friends and colleagues as well. Do follow us on our socials. The links in the description. Until I see you Sunday at 10 p.m. for the next show, this is goodbye and good night. This is the United Forum.